Hey guys, welcome to another video. Arleesha here. Today we're going to be continuing our little mini series of our head in the clouds themed paintings, and I'm really excited to share this one with you, as I say pretty much every single time. I decided to do something a little bit different this time, and we're actually going to start with a watercolor wash over the entire painting, except for in the area of the clouds. Since I started this piece, it's actually been sitting, this sketch, taped to my clipboard over in a corner for a couple of weeks because I sketched it out and then I wasn't able to get to it right away, and every day I would see it and just think about how much I wanted to paint it. And so by the time I finally got around to being able to paint this one, I pretty much knew exactly what I wanted as far as color went. I couldn't see it 100%, but I knew the colors I wanted to use, I knew how I wanted to mix them together, and I was just really excited to actually get to work on this one. So I started by laying in a watercolor wash over the skin, which was the first thing that I did differently, and that really helped me to kind of see where I wanted things to be a little bit darker, where I wanted them to be a bit pinker, where I wanted more yellow tones, where I wanted my highlights to be, and to get a general overall feel for the color palette. It was really helpful to kind of work in this way. When I moved on from watercolor to gouache, I already knew which colors I wanted to use, and I've really been favoring this particular palette lately. So we have Naples Yellow, what's that red? Naphthol Red, I believe. It's just like it's from Mgram's primary mixing set, and also Artesa's Cerulean Blue. And these particular colors, even, not just these particular brands of gouache and these specific tubes of paint, but these colors in general, I've really been enjoying putting them together lately, and I just really like the way these colors mix and the kind of palettes and color range that I can get from them. So once I had my base watercolor washes in, the second thing that I did differently this time around was when I was blocking in my initial colors, I used a much larger brush than I normally do, just to kind of block in the range of colors. A little bit I was kind of thinking about value at this point, but for the most part I wanted to just get my colors in there and cover the area. I know I've talked about that a bit before, but this time I actually took a large flat brush and just kind of blocked things in, and I was kind of amazed when I was looking back going, I think this piece is almost done at a particular point, and it hadn't really been nearly as long as I usually take to get to that point when working with gouache. So it's just encouraging for me to feel like I am moving forward and learning how I like to handle this particular medium, and it's exciting to feel like I'm actually making some progress in that regard. I had a lot of fun working on this piece. It was very relaxing, and I hope that comes across in the video as well. It was just a really enjoyable kind of laid-back experience, and overall I'm happy with this addition to our little series. I'm not exactly sure what type of atmosphere I want to set with the third and probably final piece that will be in this little series. I will leave a link in the card and in the description to the first video I did if you haven't seen that one already. I like the idea of having a character, a figure with their head in the clouds, but having them be very atmospherically different. So the first one had a lot more darker pinks and purples and blues, and this one I wanted to keep a lot lighter and closer to primary colors. And I don't know, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with the last one yet. So if you guys have any recommendations or suggestions for color palettes or themes or anything like that, maybe a night sky would be really cool. I would love to hear what you guys think down in the comments. It'll be interesting. I'm not exactly sure when I'll get to that one. It'll be a little bit of time, probably, just like the first and this one here were spaced out from one another a bit, but I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are as well. Just like with the first painting, I will be putting this one up for sale on my website, and hopefully we'll have prints available soon. I'm kind of slowly working out my process for how I want to do prints. I'm testing out ordering them from a company right now, and so I'll have new prints going up on my site, hopefully in the beginning of next week. So that's really exciting, and I'll be able to offer not just originals on my website, but prints as well. And so there's that to look forward to. Eventually I would really like to get my own printer, but I'm not quite prepared enough to make that investment, just because I feel like I personally need more knowledge and feel like I need to be a little bit more confident in my understanding of a few things before I make that investment. I know it's a learning process and I'll have a lot of learning to do when the things get here anyway, but I'm just not mentally prepared to buy a printer yet. So we'll see how it goes, but I am slowly moving away from using Redbubble and things like that, where I get a very small commission from selling my stuff. I get a very small portion of that. Anyway, after I had laid in my gouache layers for the skin and was relatively happy with them, I got my watercolors back out and started working on the clouds. Now, I have been wanting to paint white clouds with a blue sky for a long time, and for whatever reason, I think I was just afraid that I would mess it up or would do it incorrectly, and I just didn't do it. But I've been really interested in working on that, and you guys may know that I teach classes on Skillshare, but I also have my own Skillshare membership, and I keep remembering back to a time when I took a particular Skillshare class. I'll leave a link to it down in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. And I took a specific class about drawing clouds in watercolor, and since then I've been wanting to actually incorporate that into a piece, and it's finally happening, so that's really cool and really exciting. Speaking of Skillshare, I will mention that if you're already a premium member, you can watch the class that I mentioned, but if you're not and you're interested in checking Skillshare out, I have a link in the description of every single one of my videos where you can try Skillshare for free for 2 months. This does benefit me as a teacher. I get a small commission every time somebody signs up that way, but it's great because I can also let you guys try that out and you don't have to worry about paying for it if you think that you won't use it long term, or if you're not really happy with a selection of classes, if you don't think there's really anything for you there. Going to interrupt official video talk for a second to share this adorable conversation I had with my children while I was working on this painting concerning whether or not one child had taken the other child's Play-Doh.
Hi, Mom!
Hey, little guy, what's up?
That's what Daddy.
That's what...
You need to help me. Get it back.
Where's Daddy?
He's in the inventor room.
Well, did you ask Daddy to help you?
Yeah. But he was playing a game.
Whoa.
I didn't. I guess you did. The truth is, I didn't. That's the truth.
The truth is what?
I did not take it. He thought I did because he put it down and I grabbed it. He put it down. Well, the only one was white and I picked white.
There's only one.
That's kind of white.
There's only one color out?
Yeah, one color.
You don't each have your own color?
Right. And I wanted to share, but I was too nervous.
You're nervous about sharing?
Well, if I could try again, which I think I can't do because I put it away. I want to try again. This time, Cole could have half of it, and I can.
That sounds good.
But could you help me split it in half? I don't know how much half is.
You're... Okay, I can help you. And thus the matter was resolved peacefully with little to no crying. Anyway, my point there was I wanted to actually show you how I taped this piece down so that the paper was exposed all of the way to the edges, and I actually taped it on the back first, flipped it over, and then taped more tape to the tape, if that makes sense. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Okay, have a good week, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.